Okay, folks, I'm joined right now with one of my favorite actors of all time at Summer Northeast Comic Con, the one and only John O'Hurley. John, I know that you're from Ketery, Maine. You also went to Natick High School, so you got some
Well,
back.
actually, not to Natick High School.
Okay.
No. I went to kindergarten and first grade there, so he had caught me on the younger side of my education.
I blame Wikipedia for this.
Isn't that funny that they've somehow got that wrong? You know, you think of them as kind of the last word in reference material, and oddly enough, that's the one thing that sticks out.
So you went to. So how long were you in Massachusetts or the Northeast area before you moved?
I lived in this area for about 3 years. But I'm a New England boy, born, as I said, born in Maine, lived most of my life in Connecticut. Went to Providence College in Rhode Island, and my footprints are all over New England. In fact, I still have my vacation home in Vermont, where I just came from yesterday.
Wow, how was it? Good?
Oh, 3 weeks of bliss.
All right, fantastic. One of the great shows that you did was being a host of the iconic television show Family Feud, and I want to know how you enjoyed being the host of that show.
Loved it. I did it for about 5 years, and I had just a spectacular time. To me, it was always like hosting a cocktail party in your home. And I had a great time with it. Great guests, always funny, because people will say the craziest things when the cameras are on. Hence.
And you go around and kiss all the girls. That's the best part.
No, that was Richard.
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson did that. No, I kissed them on the hand.
Oh,
that was hygienic and a little bit more polite, I think.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it. And Dancing with the Stars, you get a great.
Season, I ultimately won the first season after the dance-off, and had a great time on that. Great time on Seinfeld for the many years that I was on the show there. The character Jay Peterman. And,
you get me. I could see he just segued in before I couldn't even bring up anything. But that's what I love about you, John. That's great.
My job is to make your job easier.
Yeah, and you absolutely do that. And you actually make me look better looking too. Hey, folks, I'm here next to John Hurley. I look two handsome studs, right here. Yeah. So Jay Peterman, one of my favorite. I love Elaine when we gone to the Tuscany and then.
He was a legend in his own mind.
Yeah. It's just great stuff. I mean, how'd you enjoy it? But I consider Seinfeld the greatest comedy show in history. Without a doubt, it's my favorite show of all time. I watched every comedy sitcom. It is the greatest written comedy in the history of the world, in my opinion. I don't think I watched every other show on the planet. I watched 9 seasons of Seinfeld. I keep watching it regularly. There's not one show where the writing is just so funny, so intelligent. The way that Larry, David, and Jerry came up with the writing of these characters. And
the characters were great, but what was so interesting was the fact that it was about minutia. People say it was about nothing. It was actually about a lot of things, but mostly it was about minutia, the things that you and I that annoy us. But then he'd take 3 things that annoy you, and somehow during the show they would all crisscross. So he always had his subplots that kind of depended upon the other. It was genius writing, and it took me a while to understand that the show, the lines weren't funny. The show was funny. The scenes were funny. So you play the scene and forget about trying to play the line. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a new education in comedic acting for me.
The physical comedy with Kramer and all that, Michael Richards, fantastic. And you also now been part of the Jay Peterman Company. You were co-owner. Is that right? Launched that.
The catalogs are right there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to the Jay. Yeah.
Here we go. The Jay Peterman right here.
They fly one right in.
They fly one right in here. This is the Jay Peterman catalog.
This
Jay
is
Peterman Company.
Yeah, that was it's the same pastel drawings of with the Hemingway stories that we did. The year after Seinfeld ended, I actually bought into the company, and John Peterman and I have owned the company ever since the year 2000.
Wow, that's incredible. It's kind of like the guy from Kramer. There's the bus tours in New York City, doesn't he?
Except this is the real Jay.
This is the real Jay. You're the real Jay Peterman.
It is. I like the role so much, I bought the company.
Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic. And one of my favorite episodes where you had stories that you had to buy from Kramer, and then Kramer wanted to buy the stories back from you?
Yeah, that's right. And I said, take your stories, you gong beater. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fantastic, folks. Where can people check this out online? You just Google Jay Peterman.
JayPeterman.com.
At JayPeterman.com, and you can see all the different clothing and everything right here.
That's exactly
right.
Wow,
this is fantastic. Is this just all for women or men too?
Men, yeah. It's one of a kind.
It's for everyone.
One of a kind romantic wear. And there's not only fashion in there, but artifacts and things that are very interesting. Jewelry, clothing. Footwear, some beautiful, very interesting stuff. Everything is one of a kind and selected from somewhere in the world.
All right, folks, remember, check it out on jpeterman.com. John, I want to thank you so much for your time. It is an honor to interview you today and meet with you. Thank you so much. Folks, the one and only John O'Hurley.